This former Hive staff member is being accused of grooming a minor. Let's get right into it. So some of you might know this YouTuber named ArepaPlayz, over 6.5k subs, used to be in the Empire, and you know, I am just a little stunned with seeing all this. In January 2023, he dropped this. I'm happy to announce that I'm officially a Hive helper. Thank you, KennethPlayz, for the screenshot, lol. But also, here are a few words in the following two images, and we're not gonna read all that, but yeah, January 2023 became a helper, and then things started hitting the fan. So we're gonna go over a lot of these screenshots. I had to keep the victim anonymous and a lot of other people that were involved besides of Arepa. But I will say, guys, this is confirmed. Like, just because I blurred it doesn't mean it's not real. I'm just doing that out of respect. Just know that if you believe in me as a source, these are real. Okay, so we're gonna go over some of this evidence, guys, right here. I got about like 18, 19 screenshots of this, so we're gonna just, you know, evaluate this. But look at this right here. So yeah, this girl right here is somebody that people are just like really upset about. They're like, oh, what the heck? This is like really weird. But yeah, look, so this is what he says. I have a special visit over tomorrow, so I'll send you a pic of the meetup. LOL. All right, haha, cool. And then just sends this picture of, you know, him and just, you know, this 11-year-old girl. Now, some people might be like, okay, that's reaching. And then you go down to here and he goes, you know what's funny? So today we went to a pizza restaurant. We brought Abby, which I believe is this girl right here, to when she first visited my house, aka her birthday. My dad chose to sit in the same booth we sat at when she visited. Then it made me remember three things: Abby eating wings and claiming they were too spicy. Then in there, I told her that she filled the gap in my family. That night, she held my hand and cuddled with me for the first time. Made me miss her a lot more today, honestly. So some people were like weirded out by that with like the cuddle, you know, like the way he said that. You know, I'm not gonna reach too hard, but yeah, definitely some people were not liking that, especially after seeing like the other stuff he said. But I'm not gonna reach too hard with that. Yeah, so anyways, here are some of the screenshots, man. Okay, so you saying I love you so much to me makes me feel a little uncomfortable, and like that's a big problem he's been having in this situation. People saying I love you so much. Like, I know you don't mean it in a non-friend way. It just comes off a little weird when you say it as frequent as you do. One, don't worry, you didn't hurt my feelings here, especially if it's about you trying to be honest about something about that. Yeah, I understand completely. I've been thinking a lot as to try to narrow it down. I've told myself times that I might be going a little too far or too much with it very soon. You might make it, or it might make you uncomfortable, which is something you don't want to do. Yeah, from talking, I'm not the only female that feels that way. It might be best in the future before asking to do that. And that's for sure true. Like, you know, the only people I tell I love you to, guys, is like, honestly, you know, my family members or like people I'm really good friends with. And like, obviously you got to establish that friendship. You don't just be airing that out, and if they don't say it back to you, probably don't say it back either. This is where things start getting a little weirder though. Miss you, sister, how's it going? Hello, sister, I love you, thank you, blank, while you had the time. So he says their name right there. You know, definitely a lot of I love yous right there. I miss you, sister, again. Feeling lonely right now, my sister. And you know, him saying lonely just kind of like makes me think about this situation in general. It does seem like he's just somebody that's just lonely and stuff, you know, and like he's just needing some, you know, love or whatever. But this is not the way to go about it. People took a screenshot of how many times he says I love you in these DMs right here, and just, yeah, just look at that. Like, that's very overkill, man. Like, I don't know, just like right here, like, I mean, yeah, it's a lot, you know. And like, some people could be like, well, he's just expressing love, but if you're making someone feel uncomfortable with saying it, you gotta definitely stop, man. I mean, it starts getting worse though. Before I die, I ask you this question. I do not mind the answer. And then they say, close to Metallica, would you like to be my girlfriend? Yes or no, or maybe or never. Or cringe, LMAO, I'm just bored. And they said, bestie, I don't E-date, I'm sorry. Just E-date once, JK, JK. Now, you know, peer pressure someone to E-date you is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. How I feel about E-dating, I mean, I only think it's legit if you guys plan on meeting up soon. That's my honest take. You know, if you're not gonna meet up with the person, you're wasting your time. That's my honest opinion. Now I think you can have friends online and stuff. You can, but it's like, what's the point if you're not gonna ever meet up? I'm just being real. If you knew me IRL and if of age, would you ever consider being my girlfriend or just being my best friend? I'm fine with either option. Just need an honest answer. And while I do want to stop overthinking things. So obviously crushing on someone heavy. And now the person he's sending these to, they're not of age. So, and he's 21 or yeah, 21. So that's, yeah. LMAO, how was your Christmas? That's what they responded. And he said, bad because you don't want me for Christmas. Nah, JK, but for real, it was actually, I mean, come on, man. You're doing way too much right there. You're doing way too much. Your status so sweet. Thank you. LMAO, LMFAO. I hate myself. And then she says, I do not want you for Christmas. And yeah, it's a minor, man. Like, come on, you got to relax. And he goes, want to know what I, for some reason, was about to say? It depends. Is it cringe? Probably. I was going to say, if I could, I would spend the rest of my life with you. Then I was like, pause, hold it, Arepa. Dead face emoji. kneels down, would you like to gulp my bride? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to, shit on someone that's already getting shit on, but like, oh my goodness, bro. This is not the Riz right here, guys. This is not Riz right here. And like, on top of that, this is a minor. Now, I understand people are like, well, the age gap's not that bad, but it's like, dude, oh my gosh. Is it normal that I want to spend the rest of my life with you? OJK, that part was just for laughs. That I can't answer. Why? Is it because is it normal? No worries. I get it. And then like the emoji, dude. Why, bro? Like, how could you say this to someone you've never met? That's the biggest thing for me. How could you tell this to someone you've never met? That's not normal. E-date for a week. LMAO, actually, you know what's funny? And then look, dies from cringe. I would have not even replied. If someone sent me this right here, and they've been like just spamming me, making me feel weird, I'm not replying. I'm blocking you on everything. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I'm not blaming them for not doing that, but like, that's just what I would have done. My goodness. Look at this. You probably about to dox me to your man, have him find me and let me experience death. I was going to say, I love you, babe, but forgot something. And then look at this. Yeah, not getting canceled. Like, what are you talking about, bruh? Now that I mentioned e-date for a week, e-dating is where you date online. But what does e-date mean again? Oh, I know you don't e-date. Just e-date once. Bestie, I don't e-date. I'm sorry. It's like, dude, the amount of hints that you just don't get is just where this is starting to get really out of pocket. Like, I feel weird. I feel really weird reading this stuff. Like, to me, all of this stuff right here is just weird. It's just so weird. It's just like immaturity from somebody that should be an adult. It's not only that, but it's just down bad. It's like, okay, I can clearly tell you're missing life experiences. Like, go out there, go experience life. I know it's hard for some people. Some people might be antisocial, might be hard to get in them situations, but it's like, hey, this is not the move right here. Yeah, look at this. I do not force that upon people. That's so cringe. I want a man IRL, and like, good for you. But when it's us, it's not. I'm kidding. I even act cringe right now. Like, you can tell, has feelings immensely. This is the type of stuff people say right here when they want someone, but they're just trying to play it off. Dear God, please help me. No, I need more help. I was going to reply to the message when you said you don't e-date and was going to say e-date just once. I'll treat you like a queen, or we can be platonic boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't understand that at all. That's just, what the hell? Okay, now I hate myself. Time to go. Deleting my account. Off I go. I mean, this is just humiliating right here, Arepa. Like, dude, you had so many people looking up to you. From what I seen, you were somebody that was going to church. You were somebody that had a lot of faith in God. You were somebody that's doing a lot for your community and stuff like that. And like, what I'm seeing here behind the scenes is the complete opposite. Like, you're not representing any of that. You're not letting things come to play. You're just trying to force things, and you're making people feel uncomfortable, and you're having a big lack of reading the room. Like, no ability to read the room. I'll try to think of a summer to not make you suffer. Okay, so I met this girl and we became really close friends since day one of meeting each other. It has come to the point where she wants to sometimes cuddle or hold my hand. That started since week 3. Now, of course, she's not the only one I met. I met other people, but she's the one of the closest I've gotten to. I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. I have no idea if this is true. I'm just going to ignore that. But that's the last one, guys. But, dude, like, you can clearly tell, like, just off of seeing this, knowing the fact that this is a minor right here, and like, yeah, apparently she's gonna turn 18 next month, but this was when she was 17, man. Like, come on, man, that's definitely weird. And it's just like the way you're going about it, and plus you're representing the Hive. I'm not trying to fault the Hive too much because you can't control these people. You can't control what people do behind the scenes. You know what I mean? In the Minecraft community, it just happens way too often. There's too many weird people, but Arepa, man, what the hell? Okay, and now we're gonna read everything. So this is from the victim right here. Hey Pocket, I hope you're doing well. If you make a video on the Arepa situation, I'd like to give you some additional context. For reference, I was 17 at the time when I met him. I turned 18 next month. After about a month or 2 of becoming friends, he admitted his feelings towards me, and I did not feel the same way he did. He told me he loved me many times, and I felt pressured, so I told him I loved him back. Never did, that's for sure. Throughout our friendship, or whatever the hell it was, he knew that I was a minor and still in high school because he stated it in text. He would make uncomfortable remarks and comments shown in screenshots, but I felt bad blocking him. It's an issue I've always had. I can't tell others to stop. I can't block them. Anyways, in August, I completely ignored his DMs, wanting nothing to do with him, but eventually I felt really bad, so I gave in, which I regret doing. Still, he would make super uncomfortable comments, which caused me to block him, and that was the end of it. I have not talked to him since. I wish I would have done this months ago when it first happened, but I finally feel free in a way. If you do make a video, and I'm sure others have told you, to please not mention any of our names, as I don't want any part of the situation anymore. Most of my screenshots have the blue highlight on them. Anyways, keep up the content. You're doing great. Have a good day. And first of all, I appreciate that. Second of all, I feel so bad, like the people that gotta deal with this, you know what I mean? Like, some people are really just online here just to have a good time, just to vibe, try to have some friends, play some video games, and that's really it. Other people are on here, like Arepa, from what I'm seeing, for more than that. You're trying to get in relationships, you're trying to find love. That's not always the answer, man. And like, yeah, it could happen, but let it happen naturally, and let it happen with someone that's of age, man. Like, she's in high school when you're telling her all that stuff. Like, that's ridiculous, dude. So then I ask Arepa, what the hell happened, man? And he goes, hey, Pocket. So I've talked to people that were my friends, but there would be those moments I get too nice. I say I love you. Now it's normal to say that to a friend, but I did get to a level where I said it too much. It got people uncomfortable. Then I've been told about it, which is why I've decided to go on this moment of a personal change. I want to better myself, which thanks to my friend Frill, he VC'd me, telling me the do's and the don'ts, how to control it, and what to exactly do during the break where I'm finding myself again. I say find myself again because honestly, especially late 2023, I haven't been myself. I felt that I have to appreciate my friends, which is true, appreciate them, but reality hit me, and it clearly said you don't have to be nice saying I love you all the time. First, what the heck? Now a little bit more in depth in my religion. I am always raised to love everyone, and my parents raised me that way too. Now, of course, you can show love and care without literally saying it all the time, which is something I realized. It can be as simple as playing a game with a friend, shows that you simply like spending time with them, but I was always a person that didn't think it was enough. Next, I always said I love you practically daily because, well, my mentality shifted a lot because every day I get closer fearing for my dad. They say don't take anything for granted, and I just fear that I won't be able to appreciate friends as much because tomorrow isn't always promised. I say I fear for my dad though because he has an arrhythmic aneurysm, and if it pops, he can die within minutes. As each day ticks down, it gets closer to a possible surgery. When it reaches 5.0 centimeters in length, surgery has around a 1 out of 100 patients who die. I think that's the ratio. So it just fears me that I won't be able to give a final chance to show appreciation to him. Now that mindset shifts over to friendships though that I have. I'm genuinely a good person, a nice guy with no bad intentions, and I hate it when I'm the blame to a bad/weird environment. But I have clearly not been myself. As you can tell, my mental health hasn't been the greatest near the end of 2023, but ever since 2024 began, I've been working on myself for a shift. I'm distancing myself from the community and trying to find myself again during this month or however long it shall take. Recently, I graduated from my church's highest leadership role in youth ministry, so that's helped my mindset. I also took a seminar yesterday on how to find your purpose, be your true self, and properly use your God-given gifts for good. It's now going to be a course every single Monday I take virtually, and our instructor will mentor us to finally find our purpose in life with a good mentality. I've also taken into consideration reviewing notes and presentations once more of risk management and safety, which involves working with young people, key things to keep in mind, and how to actually keep a safe environment. So I am taking the initiatives to make that change I've promised to make myself in the beginning of this year, and I will take it for as long as it's needed. I want to be a good friend to everyone, but I do have to consider things that at the time before actually acting, things that one says can be taken wrong when you don't have bad intentions behind anything. So with the plans I have for this time of distance, I'm confident I can make the best change I've longed for a while. Hope this got everything through, Pocket. I am so disappointed. That is like, obviously, one thing I will say is I do feel bad for the dad. Hope everything's good with that, but come on, man. There's no accountability whatsoever. First of all, I hate it when people say I'm genuinely a good person and a nice guy with no bad intentions, and then you blame it on something else, man. Like, if you want change, it starts with accountability. There's no accountability. You're an adult and you're texting someone in high school saying these I love you, saying these things like please date me, saying all this and that. Where's that in this? There's none of that in this. And then you're talking about how you're in a church and you just, graduated from the highest leadership role in youth ministry. What? Okay, so you're with all the youth, you're working with people in the youth, but you're doing this. I just don't feel comfortable with that. I just don't like how you're just saying like, oh, it's just, I'm so tired of getting blamed for all this and that. What are you talking about? You put yourself in this position, and it's not just this girl, guys. There's other people that have come out saying that he's been weird and like making them uncomfortable. And it's like, okay, the I love yous, like, dude, I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what to say. Like, I'm disgusted, I'm disappointed, and I hope he can change for real, but it's not gonna happen if you don't take accountability, man. And it's like, you're saying all these things and that, like how tomorrow isn't guaranteed, but it's like, okay, your friends should know deep down, no matter what, you don't always have to say like I love you for them to know that. Like, Like, it's kind of based off your actions. Actions always speak louder than words. In this whole message right here, the only thing I really like, or the one thing I don't like it, but it's like, I feel bad for his dad, and that's the only thing I can say about this that's positive. I just don't like any of it. Like, none of the accountability's there. You know, you're saying that you want to change, you want to say do this, but where is it, man? Where is you talking about the situations that happen? Now, finally, he says this: I've apologized to some people that I believe I made feel uncomfortable before heading into distance. Such reflection phase, by the way, at least to the ones I was able to contact and apologize to. The others, though, that I couldn't. That's where I hope my apology can be somehow expressed to them, and that they know I'm actually taking responsibility in what takes change to be a better person, and most important thing, mature. And just read the rest of that, man, and it does not have much to do with, you know, him talking to these minors. Like, come on, man. It comes down to that point where it's like, some people just are so blinded by themselves. Like, they think they're so great. They think that, you know, they haven't done anything wrong. They think they've had good intentions. And it's like, maybe you did have good intentions, but from what's been displayed, I don't see it. I don't see any of that with these girls. I don't see any of that with the e-dating stuff. And you know what? It's nice to say I'm sorry, but like, what does sorry really mean when you haven't proved shit, you know? And that's really that, man. So hope this dude can change, but my goodness, I'm glad the Hive demoted him as a helper. I don't think he should be an influencer I really don't think he should be, with the way he treats, you know, like the way he was talking to these underage people in high school, knowing that and still shooting a shot, telling them to date him. That's just so weird. And then being a church leader, you know, where you're working with youth and stuff, and he's doing this, that's a red flag to me. That's a really red flag to me. Still, you know, he's saying that he apologized for making some people feel uncomfortable, blah, 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 but like, not really hammering it, you know, not really emphasizing that. I don't like that, man. I really don't, and I'm disappointed. But yeah, man, I don't blame the Hive, you know, for all this. From what I know, I just feel like, you know, they demoted him. They did the right thing with that. You know, him being a part of their staff team doesn't represent them. I would say, you know, you really can't. It's just on him, man. It's just on him. This is terrible. I feel bad for the victims. I hope he can learn from this, but goodness gracious, man. Goodness gracious. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you guys feel like he's in the wrong? Do you guys feel like he can better himself from this? But yeah, that's really it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and like we always say, Empire out.